Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 9 US heavy cruiser, the Buffalo. And the Buffalo got buffed. Well, actually she got buffed in the previous patch, but I just never got around to finishing the video for that. And here we are. So, she got her reload improved from 11 to 10 seconds, her range from 15.6 to 15.8 kilometers, and her rudder shift improved from 11.2 seconds to 8.4 seconds. Now the Buffalo actually feels like the continuation of the Baltimore. Sure, she has the extra turret, but that's also what makes her a higher tier ship. Previously, I thought the Baltimore was just better. Take the Baltimore, put her at tier 9, and you have a better ship, and that's actually what we used to have. Because the Buffalo might get an extra turret, but she had a reduction in reload time, her rudder shift made her feel sluggish, and all of these things, right? And so the Buffalo just didn't feel like a great ship to me. But she does feel pretty good now. Also, goodbye Hindenburg. First blood! So, the Buffalo is an American heavy cruiser, and for those unaware, the American heavy cruisers have very strong AP, pretty good HE and overall damage output, and they have a 10-kilometer radar. Her the weakness of the line is, at least in the higher tiers, that they don't really have great shell speed, so firing at long range is kind of difficult, and their maximum range is limited. It didn't used to really be that big of a problem, because back in the day I think the ranges that people fought at were a little bit closer, but these days I do feel that 15.8 can be a little limiting at times. Especially when battleships sit at 19 or 20 kilometers, like in this match right now. I mean, that Yamato and the closest battleship are at least 19 kilometers apart. There's really no chance for me to shell them, and the battleship won't really care if they're even gonna lose the game because of that. They're just not going to get closer because they're more afraid of the destroyers and whatnot, or just maybe even being shelled out by cruisers or battleships. They're happily sitting at those long ranges. And that is a limiting factor of these cruisers. I think the American cruisers, heavy cruisers at least, are actually really good. But the range issue can be a problem, because even if you did increase the range of these ships, it would be hard to hit things. You can of course take the range upgrade, and I think a lot of people do, and it works decently because you can use islands pretty well, because the shells are slow, so they arc a little bit higher than normal. But I mean, there are limits to that. This game though, we're not really going to have that much of an issue with that, because our destroyers are actually pushing. Look at that, look at where our black is. That guy is squarely in the enemy lines, and she's dueling the Des Moines for some reason. But I guess she doesn't really have much of a choice, because, you know, gearing is on the other side. But while that was going on, we could actually engage that Des Moines and deal damage. This... Wait a second, am I gonna get a broadside hit on the Des Moines? She could do the same thing to me, right? She can absolutely punish me. But I'm just hoping that that doesn't happen. Speaking of that, I forgot to mention the greatest strength of the American heavy cruisers, which is actually their AP. They have improved auto bounce angles. That is to say, if you want to angle against the AP of these heavy cruisers, you have to angle much more than against, I think, any other ship. Because the AP will just bite into your shell and not ricochet at much steeper angles than you're used to. Also, this is a very interesting match. Sure, we're winning pretty handily, and I don't think the enemy team really has a chance here. They are, well, I suppose, numbers-wise we are even, but they are so badly positioned compared to us. I mean, look at the minimap, right? Our Stalingrad has pushed up onto the same island that the enemy Des Moines is on. And actually, you know, if you look at it, there's no battleship here for my team. We have a Stalingrad Moskva and a Buffalo. They actually have a Yamato roughly on this side of the map. So technically they could just run over us here. They have the numerical advantage. We'll see what happens. Our Stalingrad seems to be pushing... Well, actually, no, she's not pushing. She's running from the Andalusia, which makes sense. I think the Andalusia has torpedoes, right? Anyway, I'm gonna try to help him. The biggest threat for the Stalingrad really is actually the Yamato. And I suppose showing broadside to Des Moines is pretty deadly too. Okay, Andalusia. Well, Stalingrad's down, so it's just me and the Moskva. But I'm liking my chances here. Especially with the Andalusia showing so much broadside. Ooh, 20,000 damage. She's trying to angle, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough. We'll see. Yeah, I guess she does turn quickly enough. But we still did 5,000 damage, and that's pretty cool. Good. She did another 5k? Well, here's the question. What should we do? In terms of trying to win the match, the best option is to just sit here and wait. Right, there is absolutely no reason to continue pushing here, because the enemies have to push into us, otherwise they will simply lose the game eventually. However, for the interest of fun, I'd like to actually fight them. Ooh, hello Andalusia. I had AP in case that she actually showed some side, but unfortunately she didn't. Look, I only ricocheted one shell from that. Okay, we're gonna go with HE. Ooh, 4,000 damage with only the rear turrets. I'm a little afraid of showing too much side, but it should be okay, I think. Just not sure if it's worth risking it, because we can absolutely take care of her with just the rear HE turrets. Actually, Moskva might be the target instead, because she's showing a lot of side. Well, luckily we got the Andalusia first. She tried to torp us, but actually Moskva might get hit still. Right, because she didn't start turning early enough. That's okay though. We are not that Moskva. Question is, what do we fight now? Game is pretty much in the bag. Right, even if the gearing comes here and tries to take the A-cap, fat chance of that happening, right? Moskva has a radar, I have a radar, and my radar actually lasts for a long time. So, yeah, Gearing, you are not taking this cap. Even the Sejong was going the other direction, which means that it's probably not happening. Also, hello Bazekler. Whatever. Close enough. I think the enemy really should have won this flank though, but the Yamato was just way too passive. But it is what it is. Okay, come on. Where are you guys? I want to fight something. Man, Moskva can actually engage. Wait, that Sejong is almost in range. Nice. She's actually sailing in this direction too. Ooh. That is very nice. Maybe we'll get to see her broadside. Oh, she's smoking up. Well, if I get close enough, I can radar. Oh, hello, Gearing. How are you doing, buddy? It took me a while to realize that there was a Gearing there, but we eventually realized that I do have to worry a little bit about torpedoes, but I think as long as I show some broadside and then turn back again, I should be okay. Yamato did fire on me, but those shells should miss. Surely. Come on, Gearing. Okay, well, this is not gonna work out to you, friend. Yep, we avoided the Yamato shells and we avoided the Gearing torpedoes. Gearing, you do realize that I have a radar, right? That smoke wouldn't have saved you. And I think we're gonna get the Sejong here as well, surely, right? Come on. Mine. Mine. Nice. Well, it wasn't the most amazing match ever, but 111,000, well, 111,555 damage. But I have to say, I really like the Buffalo buff. She actually feels nimble now, and I think that feeling difference is huge. Like, I think a Buffalo is actually a great ship now. Like, previously, I would just take the Baltimore every time, but now I think Buffalo is absolutely in the running whether to play it. Now, unfortunately, as a tier 9 heavy cruiser, you get into tier 10 matches all the time, and that is a bit of a problem, but if you do get into those tier 7 to 9 battles, Buffalo is gonna be an absolute monster. And I think this ship is great now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.